about where the media is going and the role of journalism. Mehdi, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Christian. A long time.
Yeah. If you could change the world in any way, how would you change it?
Okay, so we're starting with the big questions. How would I change the world if I could change it? I guess given my background and what I do, I would change the world by making it harder for the people in power to lie without consequence. And I think I try and do that every day by asking people in power questions they don't want asked.
Do you think it works? I mean, people often ask me this question about, holding people to account and holding truth to power and pointing out the lies and pointing out the factual errors. Do you think it's working? Because you have particularly honed in on that as your speciality.
Do you think it works? Or do you think it's working? In all due respect, and I'm not sure how much respect is due, I blow my snot on your discourse. Is it working? Is the intellectual legacy of humankind working? What kind of a question is that? What's the alternative? The pen is mightier than the sword. There is no, is it working? There's the intellectual history of humankind, and then there is the non-intellectual history of humankind, aka coercive force. Here, Aristotelian classical excluded middle is perfectly straightforward, a la Professor Freeman. I won't put words in Professor Kotkin's mouth, although I do feel that his notion of an aperture of political alternatives is quite it's not so far off from my notion of an aperture of discourse or an aperture of the antinomy. Is it working? Is what working? I forget the guy's name, Christian something Morthy. Is what working? His answer will be, I said, my question is holding truth to power. So he immediately uses a cliche, right? First of all, I mean, in scientific discourse, we are going to just delete the cliches. So far as I'm concerned, the interviewer has not even posed a question. And so, especially for a thinker of the caliber, supposedly, of Mehdi Hasan, who's quick-witted and can take 20 opponents at the same time, like Steven Seagal at the Aikido demonstration or whatever. It's merely a demonstration. If he pretends to take a question seriously that's not a serious question. He should have, look, this is a better response. The interlocutor asks, what about holding truth to power? And then Mehdi Hassan is supposed to ask something like, oh, what do you mean by holding truth to power? Now, of course, he can be dismissed. He can be dismissed by simply saying, oh, come on, you know what I mean. Hand waving, or come on. We're speaking colloquially. Oh, really? Do we have the luxury of speaking colloquially as though we know the meanings of any of our phrases or locutions or words, especially ones that are overused, such as cliches like speaking truth to power? Nobody knows what that means. It's not a thought. It's merely an indication. It's merely a pointing to somebody else's thought. In order to pose real intellectual resistance, it cannot be in the abstract, in the third person. You cannot be speaking hypothetically. You have to be prepared to confront an interlocutor, a dialectical competitor. And you have to be willing to destroy them, their arguments, if they have any. I mean, it's very easy with the, because we have people in authority positions that are illiterate, so they don't even have arguments. They just have a kind of very minimal word salad. There's not even a lot of words in the word salad. It's a very small, minimal word salad. It's like a word amuse-bouche or something, right? I mean, the preposterous thing is that these idiots keep progressing and keep advancing further. There's two ways to stop them. One way we don't even mention. The other way is with words. Words. My word destroys your word. And after my word has destroyed your word, because I'm willing to talk about things not only that you don't know, but that you're unwilling to talk about because of your shame. Because illiterate people are illiterate because of shame. They remain illiterate because they're ashamed of their illiteracy. They don't know what their illiteracy amounts to. Apparently, the only way that they can pretend, we're speaking in all such stark das Man, they self. This is hideous. This is atrocious. This is atrocious. I mean, we need to reframe. They, it, unreason. Look, we're talking about discourse. If we're sitting around in our rooms, in our podcast, sheltering from the blizzard, tuning in to Professor Freeman or Professor Kotkin or whoever talking heads we prefer, right? We are engaging in discourse. How much of the time does it just feel like we're spinning our wheels? We're saying the same things over and over again. We're bitching and moaning about the same illiterate authority structures that have been around for a decade. What is our problem? Why are we not able to push our understanding and knowledge, our discourse, in the direction of absolute usurpation of any competitor's discourse, such that they are ashamed to show up, let alone open their mouth? For example, dear Christy Nome, when is the last time that you masturbated? Christy Nome, when you masturbate, do you use a dildo or do you use your index finger? Do you use both hands? Now, this is just one example, but the point is to drive discursive wedges every damn place in order to confuse the fuck out of your opponent. Of course, you better be ready to answer your own masturbation questions or whatever. But if you're an intellectual, that's a piece of cake. Because we've already, done the work, as they say, right? Right. Dear intellectuals, we need to face each other. Gigantomachia. Who knows the most? Game on. Who knows the most? Point blank. No holds barred. Who knows the most? Whoever knows less, they can go home. Guns or not.